Hey everyone, my name is Cowboy, and wow, XU really isn't gonna let me rest. I literally was just working on my breakdown of tape number 3. Jesus, I woke up and then I was seeing reactions to Harvey doing a rap, and I realized that we're leading up to Woke Up, and now the rap line's gonna pop off 1 week each, maybe, hopefully. But yeah, here I go, turning a 1.5 minute video into a 20-minute breakdown. So this song is called Big Mad, and it's based on a rap by a rapper named Ktlyn. She's a San Diego rapper. She released Big Mad last year. It's up to 4 million views right now since its release. And what's interesting is Ktlyn became popular on TikTok, where she did a remix rap, or well, a rapper named Russ released a track called Handsomer, and then he opened it up for people to do a rap track on. And then Ktlyn was the one who became the most popular. It became an official remix. Really interesting parallels there is she became popular, she became viral on TikTok. And the format of this video, Harvey's Big Mad, is in a TikTok format. It's under 2 minutes. It's in vertical portrait format. Not only is this a reference to Ktlyn's rise to fame, it's also an answer to the haters, to the trolls, to everybody talking shit on TikTok. So you can repost this to TikTok, you can remix it, and just like get everybody mad, everybody who's hating on Harvey. And I really like that. It's like even the format of the video itself is a subtle nod to the diss itself. So anyway, let's go right into the song. I am gonna let a verse play, and then I'm gonna refer to my notes. I have a lot of notes, so kind of pause the warning, but I'm gonna let it play as best as I can. So let's go, Harvey. I'm gonna talk about everything, including her outfit and everything.
Make a big man, humbly I did that. On the last day, one between big facts. While they stuck in the feeling, just a misstep. Your big mouth can't hit it with no jibber jab.
Okay, let's take it back first few lines. Making big mad, humbly I did that.
Humbly I did that. On the last day, one between big facts.
On the last tape with my twin Big Facts. So I was just working on that tape, so it's kind of familiar to me, my notes from that one. She has a lyric there that goes, make him big mad, but do it humbly. So it's just an instant reference back to tape 3A. And back then, or when 210s came out, I didn't know that that was a reference to Ktlyn. I don't know, maybe Ktlyn hadn't gone viral yet, but I didn't know back then that that was a reference to Ktlyn. But yeah, we're now referencing the whole song as it is by using the track itself. So mishap here sounds like misstep, which means you got stuck in something because you misstep. So you got stuck in your feelings. That's a mishap. You misstep in something. You slipped in some mud. Your foot got stuck in the gutter. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so your big mouth can't hit it with no jibber jabs. So there's a surface meaning of this. Jabs being punch, trying to hit somebody in the face with a jab, opening punch in boxing. Jibber jabber, it means somebody is talking fast and it's hard to understand. So kind of like gibberish. So like they're talking really fast, you really don't understand, but they're saying they're kind of freaking out. My guess is the opposite of talking like that is having a big mouth. You know, somebody's really loud and obnoxious. They're just yelling. They're not really talking fast. They're just mouth wide open, just screaming about some shit or whatever. That's my guess. Like the interplay between somebody jibber jabbering yapping versus somebody who's just like loud and obnoxious and just won't shut up. Big mouth. It's gonna tie into the next song. I'm gonna get to that. Okay, the next part's gonna be really good, but I'm gonna get back. Chit chattin nonstop, big temper tantrum is the next line. Kind of relates to the previous bar. Chit chatting nonstop is also jibber jabbering. It's talking fast. You're hard to understand. You're just snippering, just chattering nonstop. Big temper tantrum. It's something that a child does, right? When the kid throws a tantrum, like in the mall or whatever, they're just, they're bad. They're big mad. They're yelling. They're just screaming. They're tired. They're hungry. The toddler is big mad. They're throwing a tantrum. Relating to the previous line, you big mouth. So a child just screaming their head off, throwing a tantrum, chit-chattering. I love that interplay between the last two lines. Okay, so Womp Womp. I like Womp Womp here because this came just after Undefeated. Harvey's line in Undefeated, she has a line there where it's also an onomatopoeia. She goes dun 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 in her line there, and she starts this bar with another onomatopoeia. Womp 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 Womp. So Womp Womp. This is a go ahead and hate anthem. So this is the diss track. It's a season for diss tracks. Most famously, Drake started a diss track against Kendrick Lamar, another rapper. So there's some beef there. I don't know the full beef. I'm not fully into the whole rap scene. But it's interesting that it is a diss track in the season of diss tracks. I'm gonna let it slide to the side, let him slick back. Sliding like a snake. A snake slides on the ground. What's the pattern on the coat she's wearing? It's snake skin. And of course, slick back is a very famous, another viral TikTok move where people look like they're floating on the ground. She actually did in the Alpha's app. They have a video there of all of the members trying to do the slick back. Nobody could do it. It's really funny. I'll try and post maybe like a screen cap. I don't want to spoil the whole thing. You guys should really check out the Alpha's app, but there is a really funny video on there where everybody's just trying to slick back and nobody's doing it really successfully.
Like Harvey on the gram like Aubrey, real views 0 to 100K. Aubrey, no off season for me and 6 boss queens. Hating needs a habit, don't pass it to your offspring.
Harvey and the gram like Aubrey. So Aubrey Graham is the real name of Drake, and I was just talking about Drake having a diss track. So they release a diss track in the season of diss tracks, referencing Drake, who has a diss track, one of the most famous diss tracks right now, in the same rap as Harvey's own diss track to her haters. Are you kidding me with the level that Exy and Simon are playing at? Are you serious? So Aubrey Graham, Harvey on the gram. Graham sounds like Graham. Aubrey Graham is Drake.
Harvey on the gram like Aubrey, real views 0 to 100K. Aubrey.
Interesting spelling of real views here, 0 to 100K. So it could be double meaning here. Real as in real, Instagram reel, Facebook reels, like the short form video, like TikTok. It's their version of TikTok. And then you could also interpret this as real, REAL, real views, which means that the numbers are actually real. They're actually going viral with real people sharing and watching their videos. And it's not like botted numbers. It's not like bot numbers. It's real, viral, you know. They always talk about their numbers are real. They talk about it in the Nothing rap. Check the commas. The kid going viral. Tape number 2. Jesus. So yeah. So real and real. Real as in REAL. Real as in real.
No off season for me and 6 boss.
Okay. Fuck yes. I can't rest anymore knowing what's coming. I know. I've caught hints in other comments from other people reacting to this of what the other 3 are gonna rap to. Coconas in particular is gonna end me. No off season. Generational hate, generational trauma is a topic I'm not fully qualified to talk about, so I'm gonna leave that to the experts. Hating is a habit. If you choose to hate, and instead of letting love in, instead of caring for other people, instead of being a decent person, you're just going to pass that on. You're going to carry that weight with you, right? You're going to pass it on to your kids. They're going to learn to be resentful, to be hateful, and then they're going to pass it on to their kids. As Jurin famously said in her cipher, don't be bitter, be better. Okay, this is my absolute favorite line in this rap. There is a triple meaning here that's kind of passing over people's heads, and I had to think about this all evening, actually. They don't like my tone as if it's pitch black. Surface level here. Harvey is talking shit because people are talking shit about her. They were downplaying, saying she was the weakest in the cipher. They were saying that her tone is kind of like not the greatest, but for me, it's an acquired taste. Personally, I wasn't on the Harvey train at first. I've personally, if I were to rank Cypher, the gal Cypher, I would have put her in the least, but that's only because the top 3 were superlative, and I just love all of them. Eventually, I've come to grow to love Harvey really as the benefit of her very unique tone and its contribution to Exy songs. They use her voice so well. They use it like a synthesizer because it's so high pitched and it's got a unique nasally tone that if you listen to it just from an audio perspective, it sounds like a synthesizer tone that they're using in that way as an accent to their songs. And when Harvey comes on an Exy song, you hear it. you're gonna pay attention. It's undoubtedly Harvey. It's undoubtedly XG. That's just the very surface one. So the first thing I kind of thought about, the tone being pitch black. They've been accused a lot of cultural appropriation, in which case you can fuck off. There's a nuanced discussion to be had here about cultural appropriation versus cultural appreciation. We all know, alphas know, XG knows which side they're on. They are appreciating. They wear their influences on their sleeve. They've been accused of talking in AAVE. They've been accused so much of cultural appropriation. I have a feeling that people are going to jump on this just for her look, for the way her makeup and the way her hair is styled here. I have a feeling people are going to look for something to hate about this. They don't like my tone as if it's pitch black, like maybe talking in AAV, maybe talking in kind of like that kind of tone, and they don't like that, and they're gonna say that it's cultural appropriation. Yeah, so that's one interpretation of this line. Second, interesting use of the words pitch and black, because there is a relationship to tone for both of those. So tone and pitch, those are musical terms. Pitch is the highness or the lowness of one's voice, and then tone is the quality. Harvey has a very exceptional tone and has a very unique and distinct tone. And then number three, tone pitch black. In graphic design, when you adjust the tone, you're adjusting the lightness or the darkness of an object. So triple entendre here, the tone being black as in cultural appropriation, blah, 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 whatever the fuck. Tone in pitch, musical terms, number two. And then number three, tone black as in graphical manipulation, as in graphical elements, the lightness or the darkness of an object. Damn, I just had to put that in, I just had to say something about that. So calling back the line earlier, I'm gonna let it slide to the side, let him slick back. So sliding left, right, reference there. I be in my own lane, swerving on him zigzag, moving left, right again like a snake. And again, she's wearing snake skin.
Is you offended or maybe a dead fan? I'm living in the heads, can't feel huh?
The next part's also really, really good. Is you offended or maybe a dead fan? Offended, fan, dead fan, just like reversing the cadence, reversing the word. I really like that. Is you offended or maybe a dead fan? And that's the extremes, right? The extremes of people who are watching this. You're either super, super mad or you're just dead. You're not reacting to this because you don't feel anything anymore because you're dead. It's either you're super, super mad that you're not appreciating what Harvey and what XG are doing, or you're dead. You're just not feeling anything anymore.
You offended or maybe a dead fan. I'm living in the heads, can't feel
Yeah, living rent-free in somebody's head means they can't stop thinking about you. Haters won't let something go. They just gotta hate on something, just holding onto that hate. It just lives rent-free in their heads. Yeah, don't be bitter, be better.
Half Asian, half Aussie, alien, globally fly. Invading stadiums, aiming on the best behavior. When staying haters ready to the toast, no pedicure on a saving.
Half Asian, half Aussie aliens. If you didn't know, Harvey is half Australian, half Japanese. And the use of alien here, again, has multiple meanings. If you are a non-native, non-naturally born person in a country, you're living there as an alien. Your status, or if you immigrated somewhere that's not your home country, you are a resident alien. And if you stay there for too long, you're an illegal alien. So interesting use of the term alien here. There's a double meaning here, both in like the legal status of somebody being an alien and also being alienated. And there's an interesting cultural thing here about Japanese hafu, mixed race Japanese people are kind of ostracized in their own country because since they're not fully Japanese, they didn't grow up for like any qualifier. They didn't grow up there. They weren't born there. They weren't raised there. They don't look Japanese. You become alienated to the rest of like kids are gonna bully you because you don't look like them. You don't talk like them. You don't come from the same experiences as them, supposedly, even if you're born and raised there. But if you just like, maybe you look more Caucasian, you get bullied. And Harvey possibly could have gone through something like that. So you're an alien in your own land. And it's even worse. Like, you hear stories of halfies everywhere. They don't feel like, for example, in Harvey's case, maybe she doesn't feel Japanese enough to be in Japan. And then back in Australia, she's not Australian enough to be in Australia. Like, people treat her more Japanese there in Australia. And then she gets treated more like an Australian or like a foreigner back in Japan. So you're an alien in your own land. And also, of course, alien is also the theme of XG. They're aliens the whole lore of their videos is the aliens who have come to Earth and, you know, learn a new dance and all of that. And then one last thing, her glasses, specifically chosen. Their stylists are so smart. So first with a snake skin with a jacket sliding. Now her glasses are also in that slanted style where it looks like the eyes of a little green man, like the alien, the slanted eyes of an alien. Whew, even down to the style. Who is doing it? Like XG.
Asian, half Aussie, alien, globally fly, invade.
Globally fly invading stadium. So globally, so fly. Thank God she's fly. Fly as in cool. You're fly. And also globally fly, meaning they travel. They're flying planes, right? Invading stadiums. Invading, interesting word, because what do aliens do in fiction? They invade. Globally fly invading stadiums, rhyming with half Asian, half Aussie alien. This is so goddamn impressive.
Stadiums, Amy on the best behavior when staying it is.
This is interesting here. She used Amy, which is her first name, instead of Harvey, her stage name. I like here that it's a reference to two things. If you watch all of their behind the scenes stuff, the extra stuff, Amy is such a quiet, such a sweet little girl. She's actually very reserved. She's always kind of in the background. She's not really one of the loud ones like Maya. It's so interesting that she's in the rap line and she has to have this. Harvey is the real Harley. She's the real boss. She's in the rap line. She has to have the stage attitude. And Amy's on her best behavior. But Harvey is the real Harley. She's slaying haters. This reminds me of Kokona in rap in tape number 2. She has a line there that was in Japanese. The translation is, "When I rap, I'm humble in cosplay," which I interpreted as when she's rapping, she's only being humble in cosplay. But while she's rapping, while they're rapping, you get the full stage attitude. You get the full XG rap line experience. But in person, they're not cosplaying. They're actually humble in person. They're really quiet and sweet little girls, and they're very wise and they're very nice, humble, sweet people. But when they turn it on, when it's game face on, when it's Harvey the real Harley, best believe it ain't no joke.
Petty to the toes, no pedicure, no saving.
Petty to their toes, no pedicure, no saving them. Pedicure sounds like pedicure, of course. And toes, of course, anytime toes gets mentioned, we have to give a shout out to Tippy Toes. Yeah, so petty to their toes, top to bottom. You are full of hate from the top of your head down to your tippy toes. There's no pedicure. There's no cure for your hate. And there's no pedicure for your toes.
Like a big man, humbly I did that. On the last day, when my twin big facts. Why they stuck in the feeling, just a misstep. Your big mouth can't hit it with no jibber jab. Chat,
Amy.
non-stop,
Go,
big
Amy.
tantrum. Womp, this a go ahead and hate and film. They big man, yeah, go and get mad. I'ma let it slide to the side, let him slip back.
So I'm just going to close out this reaction with a line from the original song, Big Mad, from the original rap song. So Ktlyn has a line there. Imagine if I listen what a hater gotta say. That's in the chorus of Big Mad. Imagine if I listen to what a hater gotta say. Nah, you don't have to listen to them. You just make a diss track. That's my deep dive of Amy with Big Mad from Ktlyn's Big Mad. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. My God, I hope XG lets me sleep. And I hope you liked that breakdown. Thank you again, as always, for spending your time with me. Share it with the other alphas. Share it for people who want to know more about the breakdown. I work a lot on this. I told you I was going to hit 20 minutes on a 1.5 minute track. And I'll see you on the next tape number 4, which is probably going to kill me. See you then. Peace.